Number 5. Moai, Easter Island. Easter Island is a small Polynesian island in the Pacific Ocean. It is famous for the Moai statues located all around the island. Moai statues are the human-like figures with the longish heads. Currently, there are around 880 known Moai statues, though it is believed that more than 900 statues were made. Each statue varies in weight and size. The tallest statue is almost 10 meters high and weighed around 82 tons, while the smallest found is around 1.8 meters. Apparently, there were many moai that were never finished. About 400 finished and unfinished moai can be seen inside the crater and laying on the nearby grassy slopes. Any defects found in the finished statue or during its carving would result in the abandonment of the moai. This is because the moai were made from the volcanic tuff formed when volcanic ash hardens and compresses, and these moai statues were carved straight from the crater. So if they found a defect in the rock mid-carving or once done, the statue would be abandoned and they would start working onto a different section. Now, how they transported these massive heavy stone figures to their current location is still a mystery. Speculations have been made. Some say it's aliens, others say ropes and logs. But of course, the best answer would be that they walked by themselves. Number 4. Stone spheres, Costa Rica. Over 300 spheres of different sizes were found all over Costa Rica. Almost all the spheres were made from a hard igneous stone called the granodiorite. Their sizes ranged from a few inches up to 7 feet in diameter. These smooth spheres were first found deep in the jungle in the 1930s. The United Fruit Company were searching for new areas to plant banana trees, and that was when they stumbled upon these stone spheres. Seeing how the company was a plantation company, they found the stones a nuisance. Thus, they got rid of them. Some even end up being lawn ornaments for homes or businesses. There was a rumor going around that there would be gold inside these spheres, so more stones were destroyed because of it. Of course, that rumor was not true. Anyway, like most of these mysterious man-made structures built in the past when it seemed like it's impossible to be made at the time, who, why, or even how they were exactly made is still a mystery. Number 3. Stonehenge, England. Another iconic place that is clearly not a natural formation. Questions of the place popped out one by one when it was found. What was it made for? How did they construct these pillars? How did they transport these massive stones to the site? Some were answered, while some remained a mystery. What is known is the fact that there are 2 types of stones used. Sarsen stones, which are a type of sandstone common in the region, and blue stones, which gives a hint of blue when wet. The Sarsen stones weighs on average 25 tons. They were believed to be taken from about 20 miles from the Stonehenge, while the blue stones, which weighed between 2 and 5 tons, were believed to be taken from more than 150 miles away. Thus the question of how they were transported arose and, until now, still remain as only a speculation. Now, the Stonehenge was believed to have taken 1,500 years to be built. It was found that the Stonehenge was made in the Neolithic period and that the site was a burial site even before Stonehenge was built. But why exactly was the Stonehenge built is still unknown. So was it aliens? Were they used for magic? Was it just an elaborate headstone for the dead? Until further evidence is found, it remains a mystery. Number 2. Plain of Jars, Laos. Large stone jars weighing several tons could be found scattered across seemingly random locations in Laos. These stone jars are believed to be around 2,000 plus years old. It is believed that the jars were created by an Iron Age culture of the region. The jars can go up to 3 meters tall and 1 meters wide. There are 60 sites containing these jars, but only 7 can be visited by tourists. In these 60 sites, there are 1,000 of these jars just scattered about. The locals believe that the jars were molded and baked, then was used to brew rice wine. Though, through archaeological evidences of finding bones nearby, they deduced that the jars could be a prehistorical burial site. or one of the steps for a funeral before the bodies get cremated or buried in a different location. This deduction came from the traditional mortuary practices used by some royalty in Southeast Asia, for example, the Thai royals. Historically, the body of a Thai royal would be moved from urn to urn until the body decomposes. When it is believed that the soul is then ready, they will finally be cremated. Either way, they still remain as just speculations. The truth is still unknown. Number 1. Lake Anjikuni, Canada. What's mysterious about this lake isn't a formation or a monument. What's mysterious about it is its history, because the people who inhabited the fishing village at the Anjikuni Lake just suddenly disappeared one day. It was an Inuit village that settled along the coast of the Anjikuni Lake. The village was known to welcome fur trappers who passed through them to rest. So sometime in November 1930, a fur trapper by the name Joe LaBelle was seeking a warm place to stay for the night. He found the once inhabited village to suddenly be eerily silent. The village was abandoned. He found it strange when he looked around. It felt like the villagers had left suddenly without doing any packing whatsoever. Charred food was found above fire pits. Half-finished clothes in the making. Food were still fully stocked in storehouses. Even weapons in their houses seemed to be untouched. There were no signs of struggle nor any signs of preparations for their disappearance. So he reported this mystery to the police. Weirdly enough, when the police investigated and questioned the possible witnesses, what were reported seemed a bit weird. There were a report saying that they saw a cylindrical object going towards the lake. Another report claimed to have seen all the graves in the village to have been opened and emptied, with their headstones neatly stacked to the sides of the graves, which means that it wasn't the work of animals. So even with further investigation, the police found nothing. The only conclusion they had was that the people disappeared 8 weeks prior to LaBelle. Thus, their disappearance remained unsolved.